Follow the finger.
Restorations where all turns new. Bikes and cars revived, it's quite a view. With Kaz and Winnie, the restoration team will make these classics fulfill their dream. Watch the shades from rust to shining chrome. It's built a journey, glad you've come along. If our restorations get your motor running, like and subscribe, keep the channel humming.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm just about to go out to the van, the Transit Connect, because Mr. Posty's been, and I think that this little devil is the key to stopping our stuttering problem with the engine. So it's alright, I keep wincing, I keep getting a flipping shooting pain. I keep getting random shooting pains all over my body. It's bloody horrible. So yeah, I need a specific spanner to get this out of the cylinder head, the right hand side, as you look into the engine bay. And apparently Mark, nice chap on one of the Connect groups, said you need like a basically where is it? I don't know what I've done with it now. I've got a specific socket. Oh, there it is. Basically something like this, like with a slot down it, because obviously that's in the head, and the only way you can get onto it is to put the cable through there, you know, and sort of to get onto it. But obviously that's way too big. So what I'm going to try and achieve is, with these, I think that's about a 13. Well, I hope it's not a 14, because that's just got down the back. Oh, do you know what? Oh, there's a 14 there. Is it going to be a 14 or a bloody 15 that's just fallen down? It's going to be the 15. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to hope to get that in there so I can slide that over the cable and do the thing. Cheers, Mark, for that top tip. I will endeavour to sort that out. What a pain in the fripping backside. Anyway, I'm glad this is here. There are two sensors. I think the one above it is another water sensor. Or is it a... That wouldn't be the switch for the fans, would it? Because that's on the radiator or on the cowling already. Anywho, I think it's this thing, and Mark thinks it's this that's making, because the van starts, doesn't it, perfectly, and then after a few seconds it starts going blur, 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 because it doesn't know what temperature the engine's at, so it doesn't know how to fuel it properly. When it's warm, like I say, it runs perfectly. So let's get some spanners from somewhere and go out and try and fix this problem, because that's the only thing wrong with this van now, is this starting issue. Right, let's crack on. Bloody hell, Baldrick. Make more work for myself every time. Okay, got a little box of 2Ls. A little assortment of 2Ls. Let's put that, so it's going to fit nicely in there. There we go. So, what are we looking for? Basically, we're looking for this little sausage here. Now, if we look down the side here, we will see this plug, and that cable disappears off under behind the oil separator, which is down in there. Okay, so that's that piece that we're looking at right there. Okay, now the top of the engine, right on top of the head there, see where my finger is? There's another sensor just there. Okay, and there is the arse end of it just there. That is not it. There is two, and this is the second one. This is the one we need to get to. So in order to get to that, I reckon we can just, instead of disturbing the whole of the intercooler, just take this hose off here, take that hose off there, disconnect that 10mm nut from there, and we can remove this out of the way. There used to be a bracket, I don't know if you remember or not, which went down to here and sat on top of there, but obviously it's snapped off. Thank you, Winston. So yeah, I can just remove all that out of the way. This can just be unpop. Oh, no, hang on, that's from the pump, isn't it? From the vacuum pump. So that's not really in the way as such. Thank you, quality. There's nobody here, darling. It's me talking to my phone. That's all. All right. Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't really want to disturb the airbox and the battery because I've put that new bolt in underneath, the new nut. You know, I don't really want to disturb that, so that's. But I may have to. Anyway, I'm going to remove as much of this as I can. It's not really a biggie getting rid of this part here, is it really? I actually want to check to see if this hose that you're looking at, it's like a big trumpet. It starts off big this end and then goes right down into onto the turbo. They split at the bottom on that bottom corner, and it does look very, very mucky down there. I'm just wondering, although the van goes brilliantly, I'm just wondering if there's any sort of split down there. But we'll look at that when we get to it. Right, let me crack on. I'm going to take away as much of this as humanly possible, if I can get it, because I need to be able to swing. It's all right being able to see it, but yes, I found it. But you need to be able to swing the spanner, don't you, in there? And yeah, I think we'll go from there. Right, let's crack on. Right, actually, before we go too far, for those of you that have just jumped on this channel, just clicked on the link because your vehicle might be doing the same thing. Let me just show you what it does, what the symptoms are. It starts perfectly, and then it starts to splitter and splutter. Okay, ignition on. Wait for the lights to go out. Starts perfectly. Hear the hunting? That is exactly what it does. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh my goodness. Forecast. First things first, I get the 10mm socket out to undo this. Oh, fumble, drop. Goes to grab it and it falls down even further. So that's gone down into there. It sounded like it hit the floor, but of course, when you get down to the floor, there's nothing there. First things first, obviously what I meant was to take off the negative pole on the battery and isolate that. So I'll put a rag around that in a minute so it cannot touch that. And the reason we always disconnect the negative thingy to the battery is because that's right. Okay, right, what am I doing? I've done that. Let's do this. La da dee dee, la da dee. You just don't want to sit still, do you? Right, put that up there. There's my beating driver. There's the switch that can stay up there. There's the spanner of choice, and they're just additions. Okay, so that's off. We need one of these, which is going to be either a 6.5 or a 7. No. No. What did I do? Oh, that was an 8. There's a 7. There we go. There we go. Okay. No, don't you go diving down the bottom, mister. Don't really need to take this side off, do I? Not really. It'll just be more things out of the way. So let's take this out of the way. Let's put that, see what it's like inside. That's not too bad. It's going to have oil in it anyway because it's the intercooler pipes. So I need to undo that one. I've got a feeling that's a different size, is it? Oh no, it's the same size. Just shows what I know, doesn't it? go. Off you get. Thank you. That can now come out of there, but I bet it won't. Okay, now that's in there. Jesus Christ. How did I get that in there with one hand? I didn't. That's the problem, isn't it? Okay, so what I basically did, grabbed hold of that hose with my good hand, which I haven't got, and I now twisted that round 90 degrees with my other bad hand that I have got. So that's out of the playing field. We can get in here now. This pipe has just been removed. This one from here, a couple of Jubilee clips. What I've done, and those of you that are a bit Hawkeyes might have noticed, I've got rid of those old crimp hose clamps, and I've changed them all for Jubilee clips, just because I think it's better. Anyway, and what I've done with the fuel system here, where there's not black and yellow striped hose, with this normal hose, it's slightly bigger diameter than this hose, so it was very loose. These just fell off basically, so I've got a load of these little springy clips, and I've put them on literally everywhere where there's a join. Okay, so that's fine, nothing falls off, everything is nice and tight, and I'm happy with that. Right, so now we can unplug that, probably, and we need to take this catch can off. So it's undo that Jubilee clip there, yeah, and there's a 13mm bolt there, and then that swings out there a little bit, and then it pops off of that hook there. That plastic part is this, and that is a curved bracket which this slides onto, and then you do the 13mm nut up, bolt up. So let's do that. Right, that was easy enough to unclip. All I did there was put my screwdriver tip in there to disconnect or to press that little noggin in there. That comes off of there quite easily. I've disconnected this from that one by doing the same sort of things. That can come out of the way. Just get tucked up out there, so it's not going to get caught, snagged or anything else. I need to take this hose off here and bend this up out the way. Might sort of try and hook it round here somewhere just to get it out the way so I can get in there. That needs to come out of there because that's the part that we're changing with the new one. There we go. Okay, right, I need two hands again for this. Okay, well this 13mm bolt here has just turned into a 12mm bolt. So we'll whizzer and chips that off of there. Whizzer and chips, lads. Do you remember that? Ooh, I don't know. Let's just whiz that out of there. Oh yeah, you fiddly-dee. I helped a friend fit a electric hob into his worktop the other day, and I had a message yesterday. They'd opened the cupboard, and obviously above it is the hood, but they opened a cupboard up sort of adjacent to it, and a little jar fell out and smashed the induction hob. Oh my goodness. Now, looking at this, there's quite a bit of oil. Now, I'm not very au fait with all this oil catch can business stuff, but it's got, is that how it's supposed to be? I don't know. I suppose it must flow as such. Anywho, let's try and get this out of there. Right. Okay. Something stopping that. It's going to be this metal pipe down here, isn't it? And all this gubbins. I didn't want to get into that. Oh, it's hitting the pump. Oh, shoot. I've got to undo loads, haven't I, boys? Right, let me see if I can wriggle my way out of this little conundrum. I wonder. Right, okay, I removed, stop it, get in there. I removed the Jubilee clip, which is on the bottom of the oil separator, so I could pull the bottom hose off. And now I've got a feeling that will slide off the back of there, like so, and then we can literally jiggle this right round and leave it at that angle, so I can actually take it out if I wanted to. Well, look at that, boys. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to give you that check for £35,000. Right, and so here is the cable disappearing, and I can see exactly what Mark meant now. It's right under in there. So you need, that is going to be tight. That is going to be tight. I might have to doctor a, what did I say it was? 15mm. Is that 15mm, really? Let's just get in there. So I can go over with that. That's not 15, is it? Surely to Christ. That one's not 15. Ah, I see. What is going on here? Yeah, that's not 15. Hang on a sec. Well, it is 15, and I've just managed to stick it down in there and crack it. And do you know what? I think it's coming out. It is. Yes. Now that is a major result. Now, is any water going to come pissing out of there? No. Why not? Why isn't any water pissing out of there? Don't know, but it looks rather similar to this. So I'm going to whack this back in straight away, so I don't forget where it came out of. Where is it? There. Okay. No, it's not there. Where is it then? It's there. Now I need to twist this round as we do it, otherwise it's going to get snagged up, isn't it? Because the cable needs to twist around as you're doing it up, sort of thing, so it doesn't get thingamajigamied. Why is that? If that's a temperature switch, surely it should be in the jacket, the water jacket. I was half expecting gallons of water to come pouring out there, and nothing is. It looks more oily. Than anything. Oh well, let's try and hopefully we can nip it up. What's the chances? Can't be that good, surely. Well, I'm buggered. That's one. I'm not happy with that as a finished product. No, it can't go that way. It has to go that way. That's not as tight as I'd like. Give us a minute, guys. Success. Combination of the 15mm crow's foot, if you like, or open C spanner, and middle size, so mummy clamp on there, giving it a bit of that and a bit of that. Ideally you'd want a crow's foot spanner. Best to Google that. I don't have any. I should, but I don't. Having said that, a crow's foot spanner normally is quite a bulky looking thing, just because for its strength, and the amount of gap that there isn't in there isn't brilliant. So what I would suggest to do is to get an one of these, an old 15mm one, and literally put a slice down the side, so you can put the cable out of the slice and put that on the head and just do it up with the ratchet. It's going to be the easiest way. I think 15mm But that's nipped up pretty tight. It is brass, so you don't have to give it big beans. Just sit it in there, and I've gone around about another eighth or so, perhaps 3/16, something like that. Just gone around it, so I'm happy that I'm quite confident with that. So now it's put it all back together, jiggity jiggity, and fingers crossed. Please, I hope this works, because I can't think for the life of me what else it could be. Right, let's do it. It would be such a brilliant thing if it does sort it out. Okay, that's back in, bolted up. That's the worst one to do, in my opinion. That Jubilee clip down there. Might be best to leave it as the clip that it was before, so you can just get a little pair of pliers in there, apply that and get it on. But that is still, it's not easy, whichever way you look at it. Right, let's put this where it should go. In there. Now we can get this bit of wiring loom out of here and swing it back across this way, because the black one goes in the top there. Okay, and then this little sausage goes into there, like so. Okay, so that's all back in where it should be. Now we can put this top hose back on. Oh, I've lost a clip. Oh, I've lost a clip. Oh, I've lost a clip. Oh no, I haven't. Let's do that. Probably. Nah, I don't know, do I? Right, so that end goes on there. That end goes on there. And then we can do up, respectively, each hose clamp, like so. Like that. Then we can pop this one back in there as a vacuum pipe from the curated vacuum from the vacuum pump, and then we can put this hose back in and on that one, and then we can fire it up and see what happens. Fingers, eyes, knees, toes, everything, legs crossed, arms crossed. Let's try it all. Well, I think I've got everything plumbed in. Yeah, that Jubilee clip down the bottom there gave me freaking nightmares. Do you know what? Sometimes people say to me, do you know, why do you clean the engine bay? You've got to do one little thing inside the engine bay, excuse me, and you end up cleaning the whole engine bay. Yeah, good, and I'm glad I did, because of all things like this. You don't want to come out of your engine bay looking like one of the minstrels every time you've got to do work under the bonnet, hey? Anywho, let's give it a go. Check the water level still is alright. Right, let's go. Oh. Please work. Please work. Right, all the lights are going out. No. No. I tried. I'm not going to get my knickers in a twist. I am not going to get my knickers in a twist. Look at the state of me. Look. When I plugged in the OBD, it comes up with 29251 or something. It says something about either injector pump or something like that. But how the hell, right, can it drive 100 miles absolutely beautifully? And after 5 or 6 turns of the key, it runs absolutely smoothly and beautifully. How come? Mark, help me out, mate. You're a X4 technician. No, thanks for your help, mate. Anyway, up to now, I need to, on a good day, I've got to change the oil in the Touran next. Anyway, on a good day, I need to just get in there, just check all the electrics. Just bell the cables through, make sure they're going to where they're supposed to be going to, make sure everything's... Because you can put a new switch in like that, you see, and then plug your cable into the wiring loom. But if there's a cable broken in the wiring loom, it ain't going to make any difference, is it? But you're not to know that. That's the difference between mechanics and fitters. They say the technicians, don't they? But they're just fitters. They just fit things. Oh, it's probably that. Let's change that. Oh, it's made no difference. £200 bloody £300 power steering pump or whatever. No. Oh, God, I am so whacked. That's taken all that out of me, just doing that. Oh, that went a lot easier than I thought as well. I think I've got all my knuckles intact. Yeah, I've counted 8 knuckles. So I'm okay there. Now, question for you wine connoisseurs out there. This, my friend, another Mark, that I give him a hand to put his new induction hob, very expensive hob, into his worktop. He very kindly, because it's just a mate helping a mate out, he very kindly gave me this nice bottle of Merlot, and it's Four Rivers Merlot. So that name does ring a bell, actually, doesn't it? But whether they're still going or not is a different matter, because it is of the vintage 2001. So it's 23 years old. Now, what say thee? Do I attempt a snuffle, or do I try and clean the drain out with it? I've been online. I've done a little bit of homework on the subject, on the pubject, and people are on the fence. Merlot's sort of, your Shirazes and all that kind of stuff. Did I say Merlot? Sorry, it's not a Merlot. Beg your pardon. It's a Malbec. Your Merlot, Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon, and that sort of supermarket-y type, ready to drink kind of stuff. Those kind of grapes, the thin grapes, don't seem to they last up to sort of 5 to 10, depending on if they're in in a cellar, constant temperature, no sunlight, etc. This poor bottle's probably been in Mark's flipping pantry, back of his car, in his van window. All right, Mark, if you're watching. I have no idea, but it's 23 years. Certain bottles of wine can be okay after 20 odd years, sort of thing. Obviously champagne lasts longer. That gets better with age. Unfortunately, wine doesn't. Within reason, within reason. Like I say, you get your spectrum of wines, don't you? You got your top end stuff and your $3.99 in Spanish stuff. No offense, Spain. No offense. But that's the sort of stuff you drink after you've had a skinful in it, so it doesn't matter what it tastes like. Allegedly, because I wouldn't know. I don't know what that means to whatever I said. See, I've forgotten it already. So, guys, have any of you gentlemen or ladies, and the rest of you, have you ever had a quite out of date bottle of wine, or uncorked it? Was it corked, or was it okay? When I say was it corked, if a wine is corked, it's bad, which means that the cork has failed, oxygen's gotten in, and they've had a fight with the bacteria and grown, and it doesn't taste very nice at all. Wet cardboard, apparently. Don't know. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to try again, because I'm not happy with that. Come on, Bertha, you can do this. No. It's nigh on identical. I'm trying to fool myself. So that switch didn't work. The only one I haven't done now is the one above that, the green one. Don't know. Yeah, Mark, if you can, Mark number 2, the engineer Mark. What is that? Can you let me know what that top one is? Because, you know, one's the engine, the one I've just done is the engine temperature sensor. So, you know, would that be in the water jacket? See, you know, I'm scratching my head here to try and understand what's what. We all know it's had a radiator leak tablet put in there at some point, and it goes round and it does clog up the smaller darker corners of the engine water jacket, if you like, on the shelves and stuff like that. It does build up and down. I'm wondering, I was expecting water to pour out of that when I took that engine temperature sensor out. I thought it would be bolted into the water jacket, so it senses the temperature of the water jacket. But I don't know. Anyway, answers on a postcard. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm sorry it's a for me this time. Can't win them all, can we? So, yeah, I'll see you again next time. Well, hopefully I will be attempting a nice bottle of wine. Right, before I go too far, I'm just sort of jumping course. Because I've had the battery disconnected, the bloody clock needs redoing again. Caroline! Come and sort the clock out. Okay, so I've got it plugged in underneath there, put the ignition on, and it's done the codes, and it says, yeah, it's P0251 generic injection pump, fuel metering, control A, cam rotor injector. Okay, let's get rid of that. Please turn ignition on with engine off. Press OK key. Well, the ignition is on, you dickhead. Engine related diagnostic has been cleared. Okay, so OK is escape. Well, what is it? OK or escape? Oh dear. Okay, so right, let's read codes now. Processing, please wait. The vehicle has no fault codes. We'll be the judge of that, eh, boys? Right, should we try and start it up then? You son of a... You sodding, buggering, arsing. Right, read codes. Injection, pump, fuel, metering, control, cam rotor injector. So what is that saying? Can anybody please shine some light on that? Injection pump, fuel metering, control A, cam rotor injector. Now bear in mind, I've taken off of the injector pump the old high pressure fuel switch, and I've put a new one on. Okay, now can anybody please help me out with this one? Okay, that's it for now. I'll catch you in a bit.